Today I'm here to talk about 8 fragrances that will have you smelling good. A lot of these fragrances are versatile. I think they're mass appealing and they all have one thing in common. They smell great. If they didn't, none of these would be on this list. So if you want to find out about these fragrances, you know what to do, ladies and gents. Just stay tuned. What is good, YouTube? Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. My name is Mikey Cologne, and if you're tuned in, thank you very much for doing so. That is right, today I've got 8 great smelling fragrances. A couple of these are unisex, a lot of these are masculine, but they all have one thing in common: they all smell very nice, and they're in no particular order. And I'm going to start off with a sandalwood fragrance. This is a unisex scent. It is coming from the house of Paris Monte Carlo. It is Santal du Pacifique. Stunning looking bottle. This is the look of elegance. When you've got a few of these lined up on a shelf, man, they look great, all standing tall together. And the juice inside this bottle, it is refined, it is smooth. I'm going to spray it. It's not a complex fragrance. It is a sandalwood fragrance through and through. You've got carrot, orchid, violet, gurgeon balsam, Pacific sandalwood and musk. Now, how does this open? Straight away, it opens woodsy, creamy, semi-sweet. The carrot gives off a little bit of an earthy quality, plus that opening comes across smelling like orris butter, because it's creamy, it's a little bit buttery. Even though it's the carrot, it does come across smelling of orris. But as it dries down, it turns a little bit vegetal, and then that slowly dissipates. The orchid and the violet come in. Now, the orchid and the gurgeon balsam to me provides the sweetness into the fragrance, plus a little bit of soft spice. The violet does give off a powdery touch in this. As it starts to dry down, things turn a little bit dusty. All the notes are wrapped in a blanket of musk. The musk in this is perfection. The way it's worked with the sandalwood and the carrot, it's a great smelling scent. And when it's when it's fully dried down, it's a little bit creamy, it's musky, it's woodsy, it's cozy, it's very smooth, a touch of sweetness, an ever so light floral touch. This is cozy, this is comforting, this is a very smooth, refined sandalwood fragrance, and I love the way this smells. I reckon I've got about 40 to 50 ml left in this bottle. When it runs out, there's no doubt about it, it will always be in my collection. I think this fragrance is that good. And if you like sandalwood, you are going to love this. If you haven't tried it, sample it. I believe on their website it's about €160 for a 100 ml bottle. You can find Paris Monte Carlo fragrances at discounters. So if you're interested, just search the web. But anyway, I'm starting off with a banger, and that is Santal du Pacifique from Paris Monte Carlo. This is a new discovery. This is from 2023. This is from the House of Zara. It is Tobacco and Jazz. Let me just turn it the right way. Man, does this thing smell good. This costs £17 for 100 ml. It is eau de parfum concentration, and the quality of this for £17, I mean, this smells like, and the quality of this is like a top-end designer fragrance. No joke, not kidding, it is that good. Right, not my only gripe, this does open a tad feminine to me, and I'll tell you why in a sec. You got bergamot, orange blossom, pear, osmanthus, rum, sandalwood, cedarwood, tobacco and vanilla. Now, when this first opens up, you get a quick blast of that bergamot, then you get the orange blossom and the osmanthus. And that to me is what gives this fragrance a feminine touch. It turns the fragrance creamy, fruity. It comes across a little bit peachy. There is some nice sweetness to this fragrance. But then as it starts to settle, when the rum comes in, and it's not an overly boozy fragrance, but you do get like a spicy, sweet rum touch, sort of as it starts to settle down, I'd say after about 5 to 10 minutes. When that comes in, it then starts heading towards that unisex line. Now, the pear does back up the osmanthus, so this does have a fruity side to it. As it starts to dry down, the cedarwood comes through, then the sandalwood comes in. You get touches of the vanilla early on. And the tobacco in this one is kind of dry, slightly hay-like, and it's got a bit of spice to it. But because of that fruity quality that this fragrance has, it levels out that tobacco, and that tobacco is always sitting in the back. Like, this is not a tobacco dominant fragrance. It isn't a boozy dominant fragrance. You pick up on the rum and you pick up on the tobacco, but the tobacco is always sort of lingering in the back, and it never becomes any more present than that. This is a great scent. Opens up slightly feminine, then it's a unisex fragrance. I believe this is targeted towards men. If I didn't know any difference, like I say, what I've just said is how it would be. If I blind tested this, I'd be like, it's a little bit feminine. And then if I smelt the mid to dry down, I'd be like, that is a unisex fragrance. And it is part of their tobacco series. But man, for £17, this is worth a pickup. To me, this is going to be mass appealing. It's going to be easy. Anybody can wear this fragrance. Fruity, sweet, woodsy, slightly musky. Great scent. And that is Tobacco and Jazz from Zara. I was looking at my Aaron Terence Shoes fragrances, and I could have put quite a lot of fragrances from his house on this list. But I went with Wapo. Man, this thing is like an explosion of citruses. It's fruity, it's juicy, it's citric, it's bright. You've got bergamot, lemon, sweet orange, mandarin. Yeah, that's good. Granny Smith apple, tonka, radiant woods, amber, ambroxan, sandalwood, Haitian vetiver, ambergris and musk. Like I say, this is full-on citrus beast mode when this first opens up. It slaps you in the nose. That sweet orange and that lemon really pop out in the opening of this fragrance. But after a minute or two, the Granny Smith apple comes through with still all the citruses there. And the citruses stay at the forefront. The apple starts creeping in. And then after about 5 minutes, that apple is neck and neck with the citruses. Now, as it starts to settle, things start turning woodsy. It's got a nice bit of clean musk to it. You do get the vetiver, and the vetiver here is clean. Like, this is a clean fragrance. The ambergris and the ambroxan help carry that fresh quality all the way through the life of the fragrance. Like, this is a masculine scent, but this is, I would say, sharp, clean, crisp, very versatile, very easy, very mass appealing, or very easy to wear, very mass appealing. Like, if someone enjoys fragrances in general, they're going to smell this and think that you smell great. And it is, the way them citruses come across, they are, or how he's done this, it's realistic. Like, everything's just got this crisp, juicy quality to it, and all the notes pop. The tonka and the amber just add a bit of extra sweetness into the fragrance. This is a stunning scent. If you haven't tried Wapo, you can order them in 10 mls. That it's extrait to parfum, or you can have a 50 ml, whatever one you want. But this thing, to me, is an all year round fragrance. Like I say, it's versatile, definitely mass appealing. You can dress this up, dress this down. That is Wapo from the house of Aaron Terence Shoes. This is a gem. This is a full-on masculine fragrance. To me, it's got a little bit of an old school fougere touch to it. It is Riviera Verbena from the house of Nikolai. Now, you have to appreciate that this is like a classic men's cologne style fragrance. And for me, they have to be done right. And with this, it is. And if you don't know what verbena is, I believe verbena, or it can go, how it comes across smelling like, it comes across herbal and lemony. And that is what you get with this fragrance. In the opening, it is full on citric and lemon, but we'll get into it. Nice atomizer as well. Oh, this is bright. This is very fresh. Like, this is, if you're wearing a shirt and tie to work, you're clean shaven, and you want to smell crisp and gentlemanly, this would do it for you. You got lemon, mint, thyme, cut grass, blackcurrant, cologne, jasmine absolute, rose, patchouli, white musk, petitgrain, verbena, and vetiver. This is herbal. This is green. This is aromatic. This is citrusy. It's got a little bit of sweetness thrown into it. The mint does really push in a fresh quality up top, and the way the verbena comes across, it makes that lemon accord or no pop. It jumps out. That is the first thing that you get. Lemon slaps you across the chops. But as it starts to dry down, it goes from green to aromatic to herbal, a little bit woodsy, musky, a little bit sweet, citrusy, and that is how the fragrance carries itself all the way through until the dry down. All the way through. Aromatic, herbal, green, minty, fresh, citrusy, semi-sweet, lively. There is definitely some fresh spice to this fragrance, plus that patchouli in the base definitely beefs up the woodsy side of things. Like, this is not a woods heavy fragrance, but it does have a little bit of a woodsy undertone, and the patchouli helps out in that side of things. It just beefs up that woodsy undertone that you get. It's a great smelling men's fragrance. Like I say, if you're fresh out of the shower and you're smartly dressed, or you're in a white t-shirt and you're rocking this, you're going to smell the part. There's no doubt about it. To me, it's mass appealing, very easy to wear. You just have to enjoy a classic style men's fragrance. It is as simple as that. But anyway, that is Riviera Verbena from the house of Nikolai. This one that I'm going to talk about now, I have a big gripe with this. The reason why I'm talking about it, because to me, it smells great. To me, this could easily be a mass appealing fragrance. There's no doubt about it. But the price of this scent, it's not worth it. If you can get it on discounters, I would then say pick it up. Do you know what fragrance I'm talking about? I bet you don't. It is Date for Men from Jeremy Fragrance. This to me is masculine. It opens up fresh, spicy, a little bit citrusy. We'll get into it. But the price is what has always bothered me with this fragrance, or with any of his fragrances. And I'm going to say something, and I don't want anybody taking this the wrong way. I love decent packaging. Like, if you spend a lot of money on a fragrance, you want a box or something that looks the part alongside the bottle. And I know that a lot of companies now are going towards small packaging and all that. That's fair enough. I haven't got a problem with it. But me personally, if I order a bottle of aftershave or perfume and I pay a couple of £100 for it, and it comes in a tatty, shitty box, I think to myself, what the fuck? And that is what this comes in. It comes in a plain white box with the picture of the bottle on the front of the box, and that is it. And the cap. Look, you can bend these caps with your fingers. And I know this don't sound great as a review, but the scent is decent. It's just the way that, I don't know if these fragrances are cash grabs. I do not know. But the reason I'm talking about this, because it does smell nice. I genuinely love the way this smells. The first time I smelled this, I thought, man, this smells good. And then after I had it a while, I thought to myself, that is overpriced. For what it is and for what you get, it is overpriced. But scent alone, if you can get it on discounters, I think it's worth a pickup. You've got mandarin orange, artemisia, bergamot, cardamom, lemon, ambrox, cardamom again, woods musk, patchouli, vetiver and oud. And that is another thing, right? So this is fresh, spicy, citrusy. You get a nice dose of the mandarin up top. The ambrox keeps things fresh all the way through. This does have musky edges. It does have a woodsy undertone. So it's like a typical men's fragrance, but with very good quality. That's the way that I would class it as. The oud here, I get none. Like, I think I paid, when I first picked this up, I think I might have paid either 220 or 240 pounds. That is a lot of money for a bottle that looks like that and with a cap that goes, look at that, look. I don't even care about the cap, to be honest with you, look. You can just crush it with your fingers. That is no good. But like I say, scent profile wise, decent. And the other gripe is that I do not get any oud in it. You can buy fragrances for £200 that have got real oud in it, that you can smell the real oud. This, you can't. So that is what's always made me think, is this a cash grab? Has it got oud in it? Yes, it has a woodsy undertone, but I don't get any oud. Anyway, you're probably sitting there thinking, man, I'm never going to buy this fragrance. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, scent profile wise, I think it's decent, mass appealing, easy to wear, but price, it's no good. To me, it's probably a cash grab, but what do I know? I just review fragrances. But at the end of the day, that is Date for Men, solid scent. If you can pick it up at a discount, I would say buy it. And the longevity on this on me is great. I get 8 hours, not easy, but after 8 hours, it is a skin scent, but I still can detect it. There's plenty of times where I've worn this out, and in the morning, I could still smell it on my clothes. I could still smell it on my skin. So this does last on me. Again, the packaging, the box, the presentation is dog shit for the money that you pay. Try and get it on discounters for this fragrance. This one that I'm going to talk about now, I've put it on a few lists, and the reason being is that I think it deserves to be on them lists. It is Paco Rabanne 1 Million Royale. This has been out for a little while now. You can pick this up at a very reasonable price, and I think it's worth it. To me, this is a great day-to-day masculine fragrance. Now, this is the fragrance with 2 note breakdowns. And what do I mean by that? If you go on Paco Rabanne's website, which I have the notes for that I'm going to read to you in a minute, these must be, well, they've got to be the proper notes for the fragrance. Every other website that you go on, they're different. But with the other note breakdown, it has aromatics in the breakdown, in the note breakdown. And I do get aromatics in this fragrance, or aromatic quality with this fragrance, whereas the notes that I'm going to read to you now, there is no aromatics in the note breakdown. So I don't know what is going on with this. So I'm just going to tell you what I get from this fragrance. You got licorice, rose, divana, apple, cedarwood, osmanthus, benzoin, cedarwood, and patchouli duo. Now, how does this open up? To me, it opens up. You do get a little bit of a fresh blast up top, like a little bit of fresh spice, but it soon starts warming up. There is always sweetness to this fragrance. As soon as it opens up, you get sweetness. In the mid, sweetness. As it dries down, even a little bit more sweetness. I do get woodsy touches with this. I do get balsamic touches from this. I do get fruity touches from this. This does have an aromatic side to me. So, note breakdown wise, I don't know what is going on. And I tell you what I do pick up. I do pick up on a very light floral touch with this. Once it gets past the opening and that fresh spice calms down and it starts warming up a little bit, just round the edges of this fragrance, if you smell on your skin or wherever you sprayed, keep your nose there for a minute, have a whiff, pull it back, go in for another whiff. I guarantee that you will pick up a little bit of a floral touch, because I do. So that is why I think these notes are correct, but I don't know. But anyway, it is decent. It's a great smelling fragrance. You can wear this to the gym. You can wear this going out. You can wear this to the office. You can wear this running shorts. It's very versatile, very mass appealing, easy to wear, dumb reach. That is Paco Rabanne 1 Million Royale. The fragrance that I'm going to talk about now has had a lot of hype, and for good reason. It smells great. To me, this is a going out king. It is from the house of Jean-Paul Gaultier. It is Le Male de Parfum. This thing is a sexy beast, and it is mass appealing. If people are giving you compliments left, right and centre, that normally means that it's mass appealing. Every person, when I've worn this fragrance, I've had a few compliments with it from strangers, but every time I've worn this fragrance, I've thought to myself, damn, I do not get bored of this fragrance, the way it comes across. You can wear this to bars, if you're going out clubbing, to parties. If you like the scent that much, just rock it at home. I have done that plenty of times. You haven't got to wear a fragrance just to go out. If you like it, if you like the way something smells and you're at home and you're not doing anything and you own a bottle of it, wear it, put it on, you bought it. But anyway, you've got cardamom, iris, lavender, vanilla, oriental notes and woods. Not a complex note breakdown, and it ain't a complex scent. How does this open up? It is very spicy from that cardamom, and the way this opens up with that cardamom, to me there's something else than just cardamom in this fragrance that's creating that spicy quality, because there is a big dose of it. With this you get lavender, so it's got this spicy, fresh, aromatic quality to the fragrance. But with this, while this is going on, the vanilla has come in, so now it's quite hefty on the vanilla, lavender, aromatic, spicy. Then the iris comes in, which turns the fragrance powdery. As it starts to dry down, I do get light woodsy touches, and I do get balsamic qualities from this fragrance. At times a little bit resinous, especially when it goes from mid to dry down and the fragrance really starts to warm up. I do get slight resinous touches, balsamic, vanillic, powdery, semi-sweet. This is a great fragrance. This is mass appealing. This is attractive. This is sexy. Fellas, if you're watching this, you might have tried this already because it's been around now. I don't know actually when it did come out, but it's been around for a little while. If you haven't tried this, look on discounters, get yourself a bottle and thank me later. It's that simple. But anyway, that is Le Male de Parfum from the house of Jean-Paul Gaultier. Right, I'm finishing the review off with a fragrance from Giorgio Armani. It is Acqua di Gio Eau de Parfum 2022. The reason why I'm not putting the new Parfum on the list is that on me it just doesn't last. I get better longevity with this than what I do with this still. And I've had this for a little while now, so if someone drops a comment down saying let it macerate, it has been macerating and it still doesn't last. So that is why the Parfum is not on the list, and that is why the EDP 2022 is on the list. But this just doesn't last. So we're going to talk about this one today. This is fresh, aquatic, aromatic, smells great, very clean, mass appealing, versatile to the max. You got sea notes, green mandarin, clary sage, lavender, geranium, mineral notes, vetiver and patchouli. So this opens up bright, lively, citric, clean. That mandarin pops, and it is green. There is a green quality to this fragrance. Plus there is an aromatic quality to this fragrance. The clary sage here to me adds a fresh bit of spice into the fragrance. But with all this going on, you've got this aquatic note that lingers all the way through the fragrance. So while you get the fresh spice, while you get the aromatics, it is minerally, it is aquatic. That is how the whole scent profile is, and that is how it stays. The vetiver does come through. It is very clean, it is crisp, it is woodsy. The patchouli does help out again on the woodsy side of things here. but I do get a very light earthy touch with this. In the dry down, there is, I think it's either coming from the patchouli or the vetiver. I get an earthy quality from this fragrance, very lightly, but it is there. This, you can wear this anywhere. Fresh out the shower, going to bed, going to gym, to the office, anywhere you want to wear a fragrance, you can wear Acqua di Gio Eau de Parfum without a problem. And the whole scent profile, the scent profile, it is mass appealing and it is an easy grab. Right, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there is 8 fragrances that a lot of them are versatile, most of them are mass appealing. There's a little something for everyone here. I tried to get a few different varieties of fragrances in. There's not nothing too heavy. I didn't want to, because when it comes to ouds and heavy ambery fragrances, to me, sometimes some of them fragrances can come across whereas there's only a group of people that might like them. So some of them won't be mass appealing. So normally with mass appealing fragrances, they're likeable. Sometimes they're airy, they're aromatic, they're citrusy. And I've got a few of them here. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Let me know which ones you own out of these lot. Which ones you're interested in. Which ones haven't you tried. Drop a comment down below. I will always get back to you. And remember, smelling good's always a pleasure and never a chore. And I'll definitely see you lot on the next one. Cheers.